determine the bioavailability of the drug. So actually the therapeutic efficacy of the drug will be defined by percent bioavailability. How much amount of the drug which is reaching into the systemic circulation, which will define the therapeutic efficacy, how much it is effective. So in case of in vitro, how we can determine bioavailability? By performing the dissolution test. So for doing the dissolution, we have the operator that is known as digital dissolution test operators. So in our lab we have the dissolution operator. The company is Lab India company and the model is 2000, DISO 2000 model. And this operator will consist of, so here this is the stirrer tool. Inside there is a motor. So for driving the shaft, ఈ shaft drive చేయడానికి, so we have a motor. It has a control, regulatory control will be present. It has the RPM of 25 to 120, 150 RPM. So it can be able to rotate at a speed of 25 to 150 RPM. So to this stirrer hood, we are attaching the shaft. So this is the shaft. Shaft will be present. At the bottom of the shaft, we are attaching the dissolution operators. So almost we have the 7 types of dissolution testing operators. One is the basket, paddle, and the reciprocating cylinder type, flow through cell. Almost there are 7 operators are present. Among those, we are using 2 operators. One is the basket, another one is the paddle. So this is known as the paddle. Most widely used for tablets and capsules. So if any tablet or capsule is a floating type, so floating type, or we need to change any dissolution medium in between, then we use the basket. Otherwise, we go with the widely used operator is paddle. So according to the USP, this paddle operator is known as USP type 2. So according to the USP, the paddle is a type 2 operators, whereas the basket is a type 1 operators. So mostly these 2 operators are used for performing the dissolution test for tablets and capsules. So here there are the 8 baskets are present, 8 probes, 8 openings for placing the basket dissolution vessel. So here it is a dissolution vessel. It is made of the transparent plastic material. It has the capacity of 1000 ml. So it has the capacity of 1000 ml. Mostly we are filling the dissolution media up to 900 ml. So it will hold the dissolution medium. So the basket is used for holding the dissolution medium up to 900 ml, but has the capacity of 1000 ml. So here this is the dissolution water bath. Water bath is present for maintaining of the temperature. So to simulate the body conditions, always here there is a motor will be present. It will inside the bath there is a heating coils are present for heating of the water. Heating of the water at the body temperature. To maintain the dissolution study at body temperature, we are heating the water inside the water bath at 37.5 degrees centigrade. 37 plus or minus 0.5 degrees centigrade. So for that purpose, the dissolution bath is connected to the heater. So here, before performing the dissolution study, we need to fill the water into the dissolution bath. So how much quantity? So here the up to arrow mark we need to, without the vessels, without placing these vessels, we need to fill the water in the dissolution bath up to arrow mark. So after placing it will be, the level will be increased. So without the vessels, the level of the water in the water bath should be up to the water mark. So this is about this is the water bath, this is the stirrer hood for moving of the, or for rotating the shaft. And this is the shaft. To the shaft bottom we are attaching the operator, that is the either infinitive basket or paddle. Mostly these 2 are used. And all the programming for doing the dissolution we are given in this program. So first initially we need to start the operators, switch on the operators, and inside back side there is a switch on the dissolution operators. Switch on the dissolution operator, and meanwhile switch on the heater. So simultaneously the water will be heated and maintaining the body temperature, that is at 37 plus or minus 0.5 degrees centigrade. So once the initialization is completed, whether the stirrer is moving, whether the water is filled or not, all the initial checking will be present initially. After the initial checking, there are the 4 parameters. One is the program, second one is the run, and the third one is print, and fourth one is the function. So among these, we need to first initially we need to give the program. So here today we are performing the second experiments. That's why the program number is, so first program 1 and we need to press enter. And here the program number, today we are performing the second experiment. The program number is second 2 and enter. So here the program number is 2. If it is exist, we can view the program and we can perform. Otherwise, we need to add the program. So for adding of the program, we need to press 1 and enter. Now there is a programming instructions. Program 2, enter, and sample name. Today we are performing the resolution for salicylic acid. So type the sample name. Salicylic acid SA. And whether today we are using a basket 1, USB type 1 or a type 2. So we are using the paddle, it is a type 2 operators. Enter the 2 and press enter. Next, stirrer depth. So it is a manual. So always we are using a manual, that is a 2. And buffer volume. So all the parameters for dissolution we need to enter. Dissolution volume is 900 ml. Next, bowl temperature. Bowl temperature is, so we can set it 37 degrees centigrade. Next, bath temperature. So it is somewhat higher, maybe 38. Next, RPM. So the rotation of the paddle at, we are using 50 RPM. So all these parameters we can see in the literature, that is Indian Pharmacopoeia or USB. The next, recording the temperatures. If it is yes, we need to maintain, or otherwise no. So the sampling intervals, whether it is a fixed or program. So if it is an online continuous mode, so there is a fixed one. Otherwise we need to give the programming samples. So at 5 intervals or 10 intervals like that, we need to give the programming. Otherwise it is a fixed one. So and total number of intervals. So we are performing the dissolution for 1 hour. In the 1 hour we have the number of samples of 7. 7 intervals are there. And what is the buffer, whether the buffer change is required or not. If it is required, we can give the programming, that is yes. Otherwise we give the no. 2. The next, the sampling intervals time. So for every 5 minutes or 10 minutes we need to take the samples. So that's why 5 minutes. 0, 0 and enter. 0, 5 minutes. So the next one is today we are analyzing the sample at 520 nanometers. So all the program was completed and press back. So again there are the program, run and print and function. So already we are given the program. Next we run the program. So for that running of the program we need to press 2. So whatever the identification numbers we given, we need to press again for checking. So what we are given the sample name, salicylic acid. SA. event. So then all the program, when we run the program, so the stirrer hood is moving down. Stirrer hood is moving down. When there is a temperature is reaches to the 37 degrees, we need to add the sample into the dissolution vessel. So we need to place the dissolution vessel here. Then whenever the temperature is reaching to 37 degrees centigrade, we need to place the sample at specific intervals like 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, 60 minutes. We are taking the sample at the center of the vessels. From the center of the vessel, we need to take the sample and go for analysis by using UV spectroscopy. So after that, by using a standard curve, we need to analyze the how much concentration or concentration of the drug was released at that particular interval. Finally, we need to determine how much percent drug was released at the end of the 60 minutes. 60 minutes దగ్గర ఎంత drug release అయిందో we need to determine by using standard graph.